Hi there, it's Hannah the Artisan Duck. I'm going to show you today how I made these wirework seed bead fish earrings. To make the copper fish, you're going to need a few supplies. So I've got this mandrel here and it makes me a nice oval shape. So something that you can shape an oval on is useful. I've got two different gauges of wire. I've got 8mm and 0.8mm and 0.4mm. I've got various tools, so round nose pliers, chain nose pliers, and my bead cutters, wire cutters. Don't know what's wrong with me today. I've got some size 11 seed beads, and I've also got my hammer and a block off to the side as well. You don't have to have this bit, but I just like the look of metal or copper once it's been flattened down. I'm going to start with my 0.8 wire, and I've cut a length of 3 centimeters for that. I'm going to use the oval sort of second from the top on this mandrel, and I just need to find roughly the center point on the wire, and I'm going to hold it with my thumb and just pull it around. And the beauty of copper wire is that it's really soft to use. I'm just going to bend it like that. Once you've got it so that the wires are overlapping, you're going to pick up your chain nose pliers, and at the point where they're just touching, you're going to grab them and bend them back. So it's going to look a bit like that. I'm just going to turn it over because it's easier for me to bend it towards me. And you're going to do the same on the other length. So that they're roughly the same. So I'm just going to make sure that these two lengths are roughly the same and cut off any excess on the longer one. So you're looking for those points to be touching there, and when you're happy you've got them sitting right, you don't need to tweak it. I'm going to go in with my round nose pliers. I'm just going to start from the top and curl it in on itself. And I like to do a little bit at a time on both sides so I can make sure that they are equal. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. If the join starts to pull away from each other, you can just go in and just bend those back a little bit more, just to give them a little bit more sort of breathing space, so that when you tighten it, these don't overlap and these bits in the middle touch. I'm now going to go ahead and just use my hammer just to flatten the tail down ever so slightly. This will help hold the shape and strengthen it. There we go, and it helps make it really shiny as well. So I've just grabbed some of my thinner wire now. This is the 0.4, and I've cut it. It's about 32 centimeters long, and I'm just going to fold it so in half, so I can find the center point on there like that. And then I'm going to position that around the base of the sort of the body at the top of the tail of my fish, and I'm going to wrap both halves of my wire around there. I'm putting it nice and tight. I'm trying not to make this lumpy. So I'm going to wrap this one again. As I wrap, I'm bringing it to the top because this one was underneath. And then I'm going to wrap this one again. And I'm going to bring that up on top on the other side. So I'm just going to move one of those out of the way for a second. I'm going to take one of my wires and just go through the center of my fish and just wrap it around. And I'm going to do this 3 times. That was one I've done. Do it a second time. And this is the 3rd time. There we go, and I'm going to wrap the other side just the same. There we go. I did that bit off camera because I don't think you need to watch me do that too many times. I've picked up a single seed bead and I'm just going to take it down my wire and just check it fits there nicely. I'm just going to take that wire over, and then I'm going to take the other wire on the other side and just take it through that same bead and feed it through, so that this wire is sitting nice and flush against the fish body. And sometimes I will go in with my pliers, because my hands are not very strong, and just help move that wire through. Right, I'm now going to take my wire through the fish, just because we want to be wrapping over the top for the next set of beads, and then I'm going to wrap it around 3 times just like we did before. So this is number 1, this is number 2, and 3. And just push that wire down so it's sitting nice and snug against the other. So I'm going to take the other wire and go through my fish again, like so, and then I'm going to wrap it 3 more times, and I shall go away and do that off camera and come back. So I've gone ahead and picked up 3 more of my beads, and if you have shaped yours differently to mine or have different beads, you're just going to have to sort of check, where's my 3rd bead gone, how many beads you need, because it might vary obviously for someone else's project. And then I'm going to take my other wire, I'm going to go through from the other side and just feed it through. I'm going to take my wire through my fish like so, so that I can start wrapping 3 more times. And you do that on the other side. You're going to do that exact step all the way up until your fish is looking something like that. And when you've done that, I shall come back and show you how I finished it off. So I've added all my rows of beading, and I'm just going to wrap both sides now, just like we did before, around the fish body until we reach the top. So each side will reach the top in the middle. And when we've done that, we are ready to cut off. Did I just undo that? I think I did. We'll be ready to cut off our wire. It's an incredibly hot day today, and I think it's getting to me a little bit. Right, when you're happy that you've wrapped enough, you just take your wire cutters and just snip off the excess, and then I do just go in with my pliers just to smooth down the edges into the coiled wire like that. So I have finished mine off on a earring wire. So I've made the earring wire, get it the way around, and I've just added a row of beads on an eye pin that I've made as well, and I've added them on in the order that I've used the colours on the fish. So yeah, those are mine. I have to say I absolutely love these. I love the colour scheme in them. I will leave a list of the wire gauges and all that kind of stuff in the description below. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you've made it this far, please do give me a like, maybe a follow or a comment or any of those things. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I shall see you again next time. Bye.